Alright, here we go. What is up, guys? These are gonna be completely unscripted. I'm kind of just chilling, talking about whatever, nothing in particular. But this video is actually going to be on. Alright, I'm going to be releasing at least two videos. There was a third one I was going to do, but I don't remember what I was going to talk about for that one. So there's at least two that I know I'm going to be doing, like, literally today. After I'm done doing this video, I'm going to do another video. It's going to be kind of the same thing, just a different topic in the video. But this video, we're going to talk about Smite in League of Legends. So, Smite, if you're unaware, is a MOBA, but I think it's like an action MOBA or something like that. Um, Whatever they have themselves listed as. There we go. So compared, I played League of Legends since 2014. Played it a lot. About 2 months ago, I uninstalled it, and I'm never downloading it again. I don't care about the game. I have zero desire to play it. None of it is interesting to me. And there are many reasons as to why that is. Not the main point of this video, though. I then sort of got into Smite. Just before I uninstalled League, I had played a good amount of Smite, and my profile got up to level 28, and I was a Soul one-trick main. I literally just played Soul every game, no matter where I was. Soul is not the best champion by any means. She can do a lot of damage, but I'd recommend other people for 100%. But yeah, I played a ton of Soul. I mained mid during that time, and then there was a thing that I realized in the game that I was like, I do not like that, and I went back to League or really any other game. Like, I had stopped playing Smite because I was like, no, this game is shit. Like, it sucks. Nothing's good. Blah blah blah. All that. Um, Once League of Legends and Riot Games released a champion called Viego, who is the Ruined King in their lore, I kind of had enough of League of Legends once I saw what his kit was. I didn't even play the game up until he was released or anything. Like, I've never played League of Legends. I stopped playing League of Legends before that champion was released. He was announced, and I saw his abilities in his kit, and I said, no thanks, I'm done with League of Legends. It wasn't even that, like, I thought this guy was going to be super busted. It wasn't that, like, oh, I experienced what he could do, and it was just so much damage, or it was like an OP kit. I just thought Riot Games came out with a champion that had a kit that would be really unhealthy to the gameplay. I did not like what they produced, and he wasn't the first one in that case. A lot of their champions lately have just had abilities and kits that have seemed very similar to other champions. I don't mean like it's not just as simple as like, oh, this ability works like this ability. It's like they took the most cancerous abilities in the game and then put them onto other champions and gave those champions very similar kits to the ones that had those cancerous abilities. So there's like duplicates of these champions no one wants to play against in the game, so you have to play against them anyways, even when you banned that champion. I call these champions 2.0s. So Yone, people have somewhat argued this, but they're wrong. Yone is basically if Yasuo got a rework. Yone is a Yasuo rework. That's all it is. Then you have Seraphine, which is a what's her name? A Sona rework. Seraphine is a Sona rework. Then you have was it Samira, which is basically if Yasuo was an ADC and had a Katarina ult. That's Samira. Uh, right? And she also has an AoE wind wall. It only lasts for a second, but she has an AoE wind wall. She also has an E that can dash through multiple targets. The cooldown resets on kill, which, can be boom, 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 right? But yeah, you dash through either allies or enemies, so it can be similar to the fact that Yasuo's E, if he could dash through allies, then on Samira you can also EQ, which is something you can do on Yasuo, and it causes your ability to have a different effect, the combo chain, right? And then Yasuo's W is a wind wall, which blocks projectiles and stuff like that. And yeah, that's exactly what Samira's W does. It doesn't last as long, but it's AoE. It's an AoE wind wall, full 360 degrees. Like, and it moves around her. It's a big fat AoE spell shield. They were like, a lot of people hate the wind wall from Yasuo, though that's really what makes his kit. It's a really strong ability, right? Uh, they took that ability, they applied it to an ADC, gave it 360 degrees instead of one direction, and made it last a second. Their most recent champion that they've announced. She's not out yet, but she kind of has the same thing, but it's a mist and it lasts for 5 seconds, and its radius is way bigger. And it doesn't move with her, but when she moves out of it the first time, it will move to her location again, and then you can move out of it. So, like, they literally don't let you leave the protection of your 360-degree wind wall. Cool. Um, then you also have right, so like all Set is just like, man, Vi is just jealous that this new guy got her rework. Like, it was just a bunch of champions coming out that just seemed so similar, or just like new and improved updated versions of past champions. That sucks. That's annoying. And there's so many champions in the game. There's such insane power creep in League of Legends that I've had enough with them just releasing champion after. Like, I'm not interested in experiencing more champions in League. My interest at this point was I want to see all these old champions reworked and updated. I don't care about seeing another new champion in the game. Make the older champions relevant again, put them on the same level. Like, get rid of your power creep, then release new stuff, right? Because it just feels like they're digging a hole as to like the champions in the game, like the power creep and power levels each champion has. And they released this other guy, right? And I talked about, right, there's all these champion 2.0s in the game that they're coming out with. And when they came out with Viego, the whatever his name is, I don't even remember, some king dude. Um, his passive ability is, hey, if I get a kill or assist on you, I can take over your dead body and I will become you for 6 seconds. I will get the runes you brought into the game. I will have the items that you have bought. I will have all three of your normal abilities, and then I will have and I'll have your passive, and I will have my own ultimate, which is an execute that's on a reset if he uses his passive, if he takes control over someone else's body, he gets it, like, his ult comes off of cooldown. Like, it's kind of, it's not insane. Apparently on release this guy was actually pretty weak, like he wasn't that good. But a lot of his abilities, not only was his passive ability that has no cooldown to it, it's just like, hey, you are this person for 6 seconds. And by the way, once you do that, you still have the passive to be able to transform into other people. And when you do it, you go untargetable, except to tower shots. Somewhat balanced, thanks Riot. But he also heals for a percentage of his maximum health every time he does it. So, okay. But, like, that was his passive. If that was his ultimate ability, like, hey, I'm going to transform into this other champion, okay. But it wasn't. So, like, their newest released champion was literally not a champion 2.0, but League of Legends 2.0. Like, just League of Legends on a champion. It was, hey, I'm going to play as anybody I want that you pick. Like, it just felt really sloppy and really lazy that their newest champion's main theme and ability was being able to not play as himself. Like, the point of the champion is to play as champions that already exist, and that's just really dumb. And I can imagine it's probably not fun dying to this person. They transform into you and then kill your teammates. Like, that's annoying. I just didn't see that kit being helpful to the game at all, or fun to play against or as. Like, oh, I love playing as this champion. Why? Because I get to play as all the other champions instead. Like, it's very stupid. It was very stupid. And when I saw that, I literally was like, I'm not playing League anymore. And I uninstalled it. I go back to Smite and I start playing a lot of Smite. And instead of playing Soul, and I played Soul for a little bit longer, but realized she's not that good. I thought she was like some god tier, like god, if I was good enough on her, but that's simply not the case. She's good, but there's definitely better gods. I started playing other gods, started learning the jungle, decided not to try to one trick anybody and actually just play the game and learn the game. And in the 2-ish months that I've been playing Smite way more seriously than I have in the past, actually learning the game, figuring out what gods do, learning the positions, learning the roles and everything, learning the map and the objectives and this and that, the items, build paths, all that. This is my conclusion. Smite is a much cooler game than League of Legends, and I would encourage anyone that plays MOBAs to get into Smite. The real problem with Smite as to why it's not as popular as League is actually because it is a harder game. Smite is so much harder than League of Legends. In League of Legends, as in Smite, they're called hunters, but they're your carries, and even some people in the Smite community say ADC, which is attack damage carry. That's the term used for League of Legends, your ADC. Those are characters where their damage output is based on their auto attacks, how many auto attacks they hit on you. Smite, everything is a skill shot. There's like literally everything has to be aimed to some extent. So you can miss your auto attacks. Not only that, but your auto attacks can be blocked. Like if they stand behind their own minions and you try to hit them, you will hit their minions instead. So yeah, like it's Smite is harder. Um, in League, you just click on the person and your auto attacks automatically hit them. Your character will auto attack them, and your auto attacks fly to them. It is a locked on target projectile with very, very, very little like cast speed or whatever, missile speed time. Like the missile speed is high, so that as I go to auto attack you, there's like almost no time between when I shoot my auto attack and when it hits you. Um, but there is a small amount of time there. But yeah, it's all basically auto aim, and you can hit people over walls. Can't do that in Smite. There's a lot of abilities that don't go through walls. I'm noticing now there's a few ultimates will go through a wall, um, or like you can leap over some walls and stuff like that. But in League, you can dash over walls, you can leap over walls, you can use any ability over a wall unless the ability itself specifically says it will stop on a wall, you can use it over a wall. Any dash, leap, projectile, auto attacks, can't do that in Smite. You have no idea how many times I threw Nox ults at a wall thinking it was going to go through the wall and hit somebody on the other side. Like I thought I was just straight nuking people, and then being like, "Dang, how didn't they die?" Well, it was because I just hit the wall. So that was my bad. But yeah. So I'm making this video mostly because I want to tell you guys, Smite is a good game. It is a fun game. It's more intense. It's more in your face. It has the strategy that a game like League of Legends gives you, the strategy of a MOBA and like the objectives on the map and everything. But it's also like action packed. It's this third person like point of view and everything. It's a lot of fun. The problem with Smite, the real problem, is how well the game runs. It's not that it's terribly optimized. It's that the game is just straight up is bad. The game itself, how it runs, is just bad. There's like the servers almost a month ago were just literally terrible. I was like, "Oh, Smite, fix your servers." And I told my buddy Devin, I was like, "I know it's been a thing for a long time, people saying like Smite, fix your servers." But like, so I kind of just don't even want to say it at this point. And his response was, "Well, yeah, but it's actually never been this bad." So not only were people saying for years, Smite, fix your servers, but they got worse as they said that. Right now, I'm not experiencing really the problems that I was during that time period. I haven't experienced it in a while, but every now and then there's like this weird game breaking thing that happens where just for some reason, like the game breaks and then it tells me it's my fault. Like I accepted a queue in order to go into a God select screen. When it goes into God select, instead of bringing me to God select, it loaded that I was there or registered that I was there. I could see the countdown happening at the top of the screen, right? But I was still on the main menu. Like I could see the background to the God select screen, but the main menu. Well, actually, for you guys, it was on this side. Like the main menu was still there. I could not select a god or do anything. I just had like we ran out of. I couldn't leave or anything. We just ran out of time. I didn't. I wasn't able to select a god, and then I had to experience a 10-minute wait time to be able to go back into queue because I I wasted everyone's time not picking a god. Right. Really random shit like that. Like things just happen that you're like, what the hell? But when that doesn't happen, Smite is more fun, offers the same amount of strategy. Honestly, the community at lower levels, and I'm not talking skill levels, I'm talking about like profile levels. Like when you're not able to play ranked yet. Down there, you experience someone going AFK almost every single game, but that's because you're experiencing players that want to play the game and then realize, wow, this game is really hard. I don't understand anything that's going on. This sucks. I hate this game. And they get off. They decide to go do something else with their time. You experience that all the time. Once you get past that, people will actually stick around here and there. You don't experience it every single game. And you actually get to play. And it's a good game. Like Smite is more fun and more interesting than League of Legends by far. I used to be the guy that watched the League of Legends top plays and all this stuff and like, be like, "Oh, this is funny and da 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 this and that." And this top-down view, and I'd be like, "Oh my god, that was insane," or like that outplay was crazy. But after playing Smite, actually playing Smite and starting to understand the game and having played it and gotten used to it, I was watching one of those videos and I was literally bored. It was so uninteresting to watch what was happening from that point of view. This top down view. Like, it looked just so boring and uninteresting. It's nothing felt impactful at all. It was gross. It was just gross. I was like, wow, how did I find this game to be interesting at all compared to Smite? Other than the fact that League doesn't run like shit. But so yeah, I just wanted to talk and touch on that. I might be, if I can manage to find the time, I'd like to stream more again. But I will be streaming Smite, so check me out, Chief Gore, on Twitch. I'll put the link in the description. Um, but let me know, because since Smite is a smaller game than League of Legends and also Dota, though I've tried Dota and that game's more ass. Let me know in the comments below what is like the game that you really like that just isn't as successful as you'd like it to be. The community's dying, or you just wish it was more popular, or like you don't know why people don't play this game and stuff. Let me know what your favorite game is that it that is not as popular as you wish it would be. So that's it for this video. I will see y'all shortly in my next video, which will be on an entirely different topic.